Live from WKOW TV, Madison, this is 27 News at 10. With Jeff Gillen, Wendy Warren, Bob Lindmeyer Weather, and Jay Wilson Sports. Now, 27 News, straight to the point.
This brand new baby boy sleeps safely in a Madison hospital, tasting his first days of life. He's snug, he's warm, but is he safe? That is our top story tonight. Good evening, everyone. It's the last thing a new parent needs to worry about, someone walking off with your baby in the hospital.
That's actually what happened to a new mother in Missouri this week. A couple took her 2-day-old girl from her hospital room. Security cameras actually caught the pair. So did police, who arrested the two last night. Tonight, baby and mom are back together, and the little girl is doing just fine.
St. Mary's and Meriter hospitals in Madison have never had an abduction in their maternity wards. Darren Lynn explains how they keep their babies safe and sound.
Heidi just had her son Benjamin at Meriter Hospital. She has the option of keeping Ben at her bedside or sending him to the nursery.
I will be sleeping. If somebody quietly came in my room, I might not hear them, and I would like my baby to be in the nursery where I know the nurses are there and awake and taking care of the baby.
At Meriter, mom and baby have matching ID bracelets to ensure there's no mix-up. Employees also have special color-coordinated photo IDs, which gives them access to the babies. And all babies are wrapped the same way to limit their identification.
We just wrap all of our babies in white blankets. We don't have any type of pink or blue blankets because we wouldn't want anything to identify them as a boy or a girl if somebody was interested in abducting a child that was a boy or a girl.
At St. Mary's Hospital, all babies are wrapped in the same colored blankets. Mom and baby also have matching ID bracelets. And a new electronic monitoring system alerts officials if a baby is ever taken. Angela, who just had her daughter Mercedes, says she has no problems with security at St. Mary's.
To get in the nursery, you have to go through the nurses. You can't just walk in. So I felt very safe leaving her.
Both St. Mary's and Meriter have video surveillance at their hospitals to monitor anything out of the ordinary. And Meriter Hospital also has an emergency plan with both local police and the FBI if a baby is ever abducted. Reporting live from the newsroom, Darren Lynn, 27 News.
Thank you, Darren. 27 News has learned there is a plan to parole convicted killer Gerald Turner to Green Bay. The Dane County jury decided that Turner does not meet the requirements of Wisconsin's sexual predator law. Ironically, Turner's brief 1992 parole led to that law. Now, back in 1973, Turner raped and killed trick-or-treater Lisa French. In a state document dated October 19, 95, plans called for Turner to go to a Green Bay halfway house or a minimum security prison in nearby Oneida. Now, when he was paroled back in 92, Turner did not break any laws.
President Clinton's approval ratings are at an all-time high, despite allegations he had an affair with a White House intern and tried to cover it up. The latest ABC News poll found 68% of Americans believe Clinton is doing a good job as president. But the investigation does go on. Former White House Deputy Chief of Staff Evelyn Lieberman testified before the Whitewater grand jury today.
But I want to make one point very clear. I know of no improper relationship between the president and Monica Lewinsky or anyone else for that matter.
Linda Tripp, the woman who secretly tape-recorded phone conversations with Lewinsky, now says the former intern described every detail of her alleged relationship with the president. Meanwhile, it is still not clear whether Secret Service agents will be required to testify or whether the independent prosecutor will grant Monica Lewinsky immunity in exchange for her testimony.
Federal agents leave no stone unturned in the bombing investigation at a Birmingham abortion clinic. Agents continue to search for clues in yesterday's explosion that left one man dead and injured another woman. Officials suspect the bombing was intended to hurt people but not to cause property damage. Authorities would not comment on reports of a man running from the scene shortly after that explosion. Secretary of State Madeleine Albright says time is running out for Iraq. Albright continued her European tour to get support for possible military action against Iraq. Albright says she still hopes for a peaceful solution. However, Iraq's foreign minister accuses the U.S. of having a, quote, hidden agenda. The Iraqi government has also ordered UN international staffers to move out of apartments and into Baghdad hotels.
Well, it sounds like our snow is heading south. Bob Lindmeyer is in 27 Weather Central with a look at a relatively warm weekend forecast. Hi, Bob.
Hi there, Jeff. Or, sorry, Jeff. Wendy. It's been a long night already. It's been a quiet evening around here. That's right, no snow in our forecast. Matter of fact, if anything, we could have some rain coming in later on this weekend. Here's what we have on live 27 Weather Central Doppler radar. Lots of cloud cover, but no precipitation. Temperatures are nearly steady. We're right at 26 degrees now. Our high this afternoon was 27, and most locations are in that same range. Let's take a look at what's happening right now. There it is, overcast skies, temperatures at 26 degrees. And the outlook for tonight, cloudy skies. We'll see areas of fog, low near 24. You heard it right. There's some rain in this weekend forecast. I'll be back with that a bit later. Wendy?
Thanks, Bob.
Wendy, Jeff, thank you, Bob.
We got it all figured out. Basketball backups make the trip to the new Kohl Center a long one. We'll have the details.
And young or old, it certainly is time to think about retirement. We'll bring you some saving tips. Plus, Badger hockey makes its move for first place. That story coming up in sports. We'll be right back.
Here are tonight's winning numbers for Daily Millions.
There's no doubt Badger fans love the Kohl Center. What they don't love is the parking, or lack thereof.
But as our kid Kendi explains, the problem is slowly getting solved.
This is our first time here, so we parked a ways away and walked. I think we'll know better the next time that we can come a little closer than what we did.
Marion Walks is experiencing what many Badger fans are. They're getting used to their new home, and it's parking.
This is permit only. Okay, go ahead.
That's the way to go. Kohl Center officials say not enough people bought season parking passes for the women's games, and that's causing some parking headaches. But we found the key is knowing where to park. This private lot was practically empty on Park and Regent, and the shuttle buses from the Camp Randall lots weren't exactly full.
But the parking wasn't as bad as you thought?
We got here early.
Officials say don't come too early. The Kohl Center opens only an hour before the game.
If they remember the basic rules, don't come too early and fight rush hour traffic. Do come with carpool, bring as many people as you can so you don't have to bring multiple cars. Use our shuttle if that works. Use some of the new lots that are available in Regent Street for women's games. And I think this will all sort out and work itself out very well.
Some Badger fans believe it'll take them a year to get used to this new parking situation around the Kohl Center, but UW officials say it's getting better with every game. In Madison, Kid Kendi, 27 News.
Those parking lot prices range from $1 to $8. For more information on Kohl Center parking, call this number on weekdays, 262-3126.
Well, it looks like we're in for a warmer weekend. Bob's going to be in next with his weekend forecast. Don't miss that. But first, a look downtown at the Capitol Square from our 27 Skycam.
27 News wants to hear from you. Write us through the internet at this email address, and now visit our website at www.WKOWTV.com. 27 Weather is brought to you by American TV. Live from 27 Weather Central, your straight-to-the-point weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Lindmeyer.
I'm really on a roll this evening. First, I call Wendy Jeff, and now my 4-degree guarantee was off, too. I was going for a little bit of sunshine today. As you know, that did not materialize, and because of cloud cover, we were on the cold side. Our high temperature was just 27 degrees. I went for a high of 35 degrees, so that was 8 degrees off. So we do have a winner of a Channel 27 sweatshirt this time around. It's Ray W. Ray of Madison. Congratulations to Ray. Let's take a look at what's happening right now. It's been a solid overcast all evening. That's what we have right now. Cloudy skies, temperatures at 26 degrees. Our dew point is at 24, humidity 92%. Winds are south at 7 miles per hour, pressure steady at 30.04. During El Nino winters, one of the major characteristics is a lot of rainy weather in California. Looks like that's going to be the case along the west coast over the next 5 days. Here's a look out in the Pacific Ocean. There's 2 storm systems out here. The stronger one's still out in the central Pacific. This is what's going to reach them early next week. It looks like it could bring flooding rains to much of Southern California. Here's the storm that's going to move in this weekend. Not quite as strong, but it is going to bring some rainy weather their way for both Saturday and Sunday. As we go a little bit farther inland, we encounter some cloud cover in the Rocky Mountain region.
But if we fly into that, you'll notice there's really not that much happening. Even in our higher elevations, it's rain shower activity. That gives you an idea of how mild the air is off to our west. Across Wisconsin, skies are still cloudy, and this evening, mostly unsettled weathers in the northeast United States, where there have been scattered rain and snow showers. We had this narrow band of cloudiness directly over Wisconsin, and because of that, temperatures were cold. That's reflected in high temperatures this afternoon. Notice a narrow band of highs in the 20s right underneath that cloud cover. When you get farther to the southwest, look at how warm it was today. Western portions of Nebraska going down into Kansas, they had highs in the 50s this afternoon. What's in store for us this weekend? Well, it's going to be dry for a while, then it's going to turn unsettled. I think for tomorrow, we are going to see generally quiet weather conditions. There might actually be a little bit of sunshine breaking out for a time in the afternoon. Then clouds will start to increase, I think, already by 6 p.m. Saturday evening. Watch what happens as we go into Sunday morning. A strong low pressure system starts to track up into Iowa, and it's going to bring precipitation our way. It looks like we're going to be on the warm side of the storm here in southern Wisconsin with rain expected. Snow is expected to occur through central and northern portions of Wisconsin back into Minnesota. Indeed, our computer model indicates a 3 to 6 inch snow accumulation possible back in Minnesota. Let's take a look at our forecast. For tonight, cloudy skies with areas of fog, low near 24 degrees, south winds at 5 to 10. I think skies will partially clear tomorrow. Not much sunshine, but some. Warmer too, high near 38 degrees, southwest winds 10 to 15. For tomorrow night, mostly cloudy skies, low near 35. And the outlook for Sunday, cloudy skies, a good chance of rain developing in the afternoon, a high of 38 degrees. As we go into early next week, I'm looking for scattered snow showers Monday, then dry conditions for Tuesday and Wednesday. Wendy?
Okay, thanks a lot, Bob. It's a big game for girls basketball in Sun Prairie. Jay Wilson has high school highlights in tonight's prep report. And a sad day on the shores of New England. We'll tell you what rescue workers are doing to help these dolphins. We'll be right back.
More problems in the Northeast. Now, this time it isn't the weather, but dolphins. 38 white-sided dolphins died after an extreme high tide trapped them in a harbor. Rescue workers are trying to save the surviving dolphins, but some are caught on mud flats where nobody can reach them.
Tractors and poor training make farming one of the nation's most dangerous professions. A new study says since 1992, about 700 farmers died on the job and 65,000 more were hurt. 100 of those deaths were farmers under 20 years old. Tractor rollovers caused many of the fatalities. Officials say improper training is a problem, as well as farms located far away from emergency response teams.
Do you have big plans for the future, but you don't have a big bank account?
We'll show you smart ways to save and invest so you can live easy. That's next in the Kiplinger Report.
27 News closed captioning is brought to you by MG&E.
Rich or poor, married or not, this is a great time of year to take stock of your financial life. You need to figure out where you are and where you want to be, and it isn't very hard to do. Carlos Ugarte just changed jobs. He's happier now than he's ever been. He and Jennifer just bought a home, too, so they've really fulfilled their two short-term goals.
From now on, our goals are going to be longer term and strictly retirement.
Of course, college for kids is on their list, too, but they've made a lot of headway by setting up funds and putting money in on a regular basis. They know what they need to focus on now, and they're ready to set off in that direction, which Kiplinger editor Kevin McCormley says is the simple secret to reach your goals.
You know, we're just going to live from day to day. It's unlikely that you're going to have the retirement nest egg that you want, or that you're going to have in 3 years the $10,000 you want for the dream vacation. I mean, you need goals, and that's the best way, I think, to focus your savings.
Now you're ready to set down your net worth.
Net worth sounds like something for Daddy Warbucks or Ted Turner, but everybody's got a net worth. It's basically all of your assets minus your liabilities. You know, what's your house worth? Find out from your company what your retirement plan is worth. If you're going to leave your job today, how much money could you take with you? You'll be getting statements from all of your mutual funds and your bank accounts for year-end statements. You know, total it all up and see how much you're worth. You need to know that to move into the future.
You also need to know that so you can dream a little about the little luxuries you'd love to have.
Maybe vacation house.
One or two.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Of course, if you don't want to figure this all out on your own, any accountant or financial planner can do it for you, of course, for a price.
Badger ball begins a weekend at home at the Kohl Center, and the Badger hockey team goes for first place at the Coliseum. Jay Wilson has sports next.
Ride and drive. 27 News continues with Jay Wilson, Sports.
Opportunity knocks for the Badger hockey team with league leader North Dakota taking the weekend off. The Badgers can tie the Fighting Sioux for first if Wisconsin can beat Alaska Anchorage tonight. This fan, Eric Bry of Stoughton, shoots a puck in from center ice through a sign with a little hole in the bottom of it. He gets $10,000, although they didn't take a shot at the shot, but you can't have everything. Second period, Badgers cash in on the power play. Joe Bianchi calls for it, gets it, and scores. That's Bianchi's 10th goal of the year. Wisconsin leads at 1-0. Badger goaltender Graham Melanson hadn't allowed a goal in his last 155 minutes of play, but the streak ends quickly off the faceoff. Mark Charbonneau gets the score. It's a 1-1 game. Still 1-1 third period. Wisconsin will get a 2-on-1 break. Kevin Granato and Joe Bianchi. It's not a pretty play, but it's effective. Bianchi sweeps it in. Wisconsin's unbeaten streak goes to 12 games. Badgers 2-1. They tie North Dakota for first place in the league. St. Cloud loses to Denver, so the Huskies are now 2 points behind Wisconsin and North Dakota. Also in the league tonight, Michigan Tech knocks off the Gophers. Boy, who doesn't? And Colorado College wins at Duluth. Madison Monsters have a home-and-home with the Flint Generals this weekend. Tonight in Flint, the Monsters win 4-3 in a shootout. Tomorrow afternoon, the Monsters host Flint at the Coliseum at 1. 3 games in the NHL tonight. Sabres and Coyotes tie. New York Islanders shut out the Carolina Hurricanes. And Vancouver leads New Jersey second period. Let's go to basketball. Badger ball. Wisconsin hosts Michigan State. Another big night for LaTanya Sims. 12 first-half points for Sims. Badgers lead by 3 at the break. Michigan State keeps it close. Maxanne Reese, one of 7 3-pointers for Reese. The Spartans get to within 1. The Badgers take it from there. Ann Klaprick, 2 of her game-high 21. And Sims turns in her 4th straight double-double, 16 points, 12 rebounds tonight. The Badgers beat Michigan State 72-65.
I thought it was one of our better games as far as just using a lot of different weapons that we have and playing hard and protecting the lead and really just real basic basketball.
Sometimes basic works, though. 72-65, Wisconsin. They're now 5-5 in the conference, 16-6 overall. Klaprick with 21 leading the way. Badgers, another home game Sunday afternoon at 4 against Northwestern. Around the Big Ten tonight, here's the upset. Iowa knocks off 8th-ranked Illinois, the conference leader, 82-71. Penn State wins at Northwestern. Ohio State wins at home against Indiana. Purdue, a home winner against Minnesota. Let's go to the NBA. Washington at Detroit. Watch the block. Chris Webber starts the break. Rod Strickland will drive. He'll miss, but watch how it ends. That's Big Ben Wallace with a jam. The Wizards have won. Final 102-95. The Bulls are playing at Golden State tonight in leading second period. Hornets over the Celtics. Phoenix wins in Miami. Also in the NBA, Indiana wins again. The Jazz on the way to a win in Utah. Clippers and Spurs, Lakers and Timberwolves still going. They're playing the women's final at the Australian Open tonight. It has just ended. Martina Hingis defeats Conchita Martinez in straight sets, 6-3, 6-3. The men's final tomorrow has Marcelo Rios against Peter Korda. And Tom Lehman leads the Pebble Beach National Pro-Am after one complete round. Lehman's at 8 under through 18 holes. Phil Mickelson 1 shot behind. Tiger Woods is 12 shots behind Lehman. Coming up in the prep report, Beloit Memorial's girls basketball team puts its number 4 ranking in the state on the line in Sun Prairie. And Janesville Craig tries to scratch a 30-year itch. The prep report is next.
Hi, I'm Andrew Cohen with the Wisconsin State Journal. And I'm Jason Wilde from the Wisconsin State Journal. And every Friday at 10:30, there's one show we never miss. Seinfeld? Not Seinfeld. The Prep Report with Jay Wilson. It's must-see TV.
Hey, that's the other network. Welcome to the Prep Report. We start on the wrestling match tonight. For years, Janesville Parker was the powerhouse program in the Big 8 Conference. But tonight, the other Janesville school, Craig, can clinch its first conference wrestling title in 30 years. Cougar fans cannot contain their excitement before the match, but East looks like the championship team early on. The Pergolders jump out to a 12-0 lead on the meet with pins from Eli Jones at 103 and Tony Zeman at 112. But then Craig asserts their position atop the conference with Matt Taylor's 19-7 win. In the 119-pound class, Craig not only wins the meet 39-24, they also win the conference title as well. And yes, they are dancing still in Janesville tonight. Now to basketball. Beloit Memorial's girls are the talk of the Big 8. The Purple Knights ranked 4th in the state in Division I. But a tough test tonight as Beloit travels to Sun Prairie. The Purple Knights behind Anya Walker jump out to an early 14-2 lead. Sun Prairie answers. Katie Capozzo. That starts a 19-8 run by the Cardinals in the second quarter. And she gets a little help with the 3-point shooting of Stacy Coy. Coy scores 11 points tonight, and the Cardinals win in an upset 44-41. They're dancing in Sun Prairie. 2. Okay, Sun Prairie wins. So does Janesville Craig. Janesville Parker beats Madison LaFollette by 40. Madison West by 9 over Middleton. Badger Conference girls, Stoughton wins again. This time they beat DeForest. Oregon loses by 3 to Verona. Wanakee wins at Monona Grove. Sauk Prairie beats Monroe by 2. Six Rivers State Line Conference, Belleville wins. So does Albany. So does Pecatonica. And so does New Glarus. Rock Valley girls, Palmyra Eagle wins at Broadhead. Clinton beats the Beloit Turner. Edgerton over Evansville. And Parkview beats Bigfoot. By the way, Tina called that in from Orfordville tonight. Nice job. Lafarge 48, Kickapoo 40 in the Ridge and Valley Conference. Also in dual county action, Randolph, Princeton, Cambria, Friesland, all victorious tonight. Girls South Central action, Nakusa beats Wisconsin Dells, Mauston over Adams Friendship. And in SWAL Conference play, Cuba City, a home winner, River Valley loses 52-50 to Prairie du Chien. And in Division II, Mineral Point beats Iowa Grant, Riverdale over Fenimore. Some other girls' results, Milton 50, Fort Atkinson 46, Lake Mills 75, Lakeside Lutheran 74, Richland Center beat Baraboo 70-47. Now to the boys' scores tonight. We start in the Capital Conference. Maude Horeb, Jill Knutson's hometown, they beat Lake Mills. Columbus over Lodi. Her husband Steve is from Lodi, by the way. They lose. Sorry. McFarland beat Wisconsin Heights. Lakeside Lutheran over Poinet. Eastern Suburban, Dodgeland, Marshall, Waterloo, and Hustisford, all victorious this evening. South Central scores are in. Portage beat Reedsburg. Adams Friendship over Mauston. And Nakusa stops Wisconsin Dells. And in boys, Six Rivers